I just wanted to keep him in suspense there. He was holding his breath. Okay.
Now I waited. Why'd you fuck it up? I did that on purpose. Oh, you're still going? And we're live. Alright, I had to do that on purpose because Alexia wanted to be a douchebag and make me look stupid, so now I made the episode look stupid. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Today Millenia podcast, the most important show on the planet. I'm your host. I don't have a low-level mobster to give you a name for, so I'm Nick Pierre, and welcome. And you just learned the trick. I gave it to you. I gave it away. I picked low-level mobsters that most people don't know the names to, and I said them every single week up until this week when I didn't come up with one. So, welcome to the show. We are joined, of course, on the screen, dun-dun-dun, Madam Sabani. How are you?
Hello. I'm great.
You doing good?
Guys.
We're doing good. We are here. We're still living, and he's in studio this week, hailing all the way from the great studio. Siroapeque, is that what I said?
It's pretty close.
Pretty close.
Siroapeque.
Honduras, via Brentwood, New York. Fighting out of the red corner, Alexio Hammer Fist Rivera.
Hello.
Welcome. Do you know what I learned is that I always knew Michael Buffer, and then there's Bruce Buffer. I didn't even know they were two separate guys, really, until a couple weeks ago.
Do you know who those people are?
No.
Those are the guys that I'm emulating. So, Bruce Buffer, you know, because he does UFC. He's the crazy, they're actually brothers, and Bruce just decided that what his brother was doing was so cool that he wanted to do it too, so he, got into doing it for MMA. But Michael Buffer is, let's get ready to rumble!
Oh,
shit. Yeah, that's him. He made that up, yeah. So they were like, hey, be our fight announcer. And so he started doing it, this guy, and let's get ready to, he started saying that. And now they would pay him $1 million just to say it. And I don't think he does it anymore. He's dead or he doesn't do it anymore at all.
Fun fact,
they're brothers. I thought they're the same person. I'm like, he must do both, or I don't know. They sound like they do the same kind of thing. But Bruce Buffer's younger and does crazy shit. I've been noticing in the UFC. He's always jumping around and shit. Michael Buffer's just standing there and do the thing. So here we are, episode 25.
We're here.
Quarter century. It's a big one. There's big ones that come up all the time once you get past 20. So you can just throw a party for everything. This is of course light, but I do of course have my Red Bull, so I'll try to stay engaged with you.
He literally has a Coors Light.
Yeah. And
I didn't notice that before.
You didn't? They were all scared, hiding them from you. That's so funny.
That's so funny.
Yeah, she had them and then was hiding them from you. I was like, shh, to the tell. And Coors Light, I must say, I commend you. It does look like a soda. It does.
Yeah, it does kind of.
It could very well be a Diet Soda.
I really thought it was a Coke.
It could very well be Beanie's making a face, so it could very well be a Diet Coke.
Because I saw the sunglasses on the side of it, and I was like, I wonder what he's drinking, right? That was it? Yeah.
Looks like Coca-Cola.
If you just look at the C.
Genius, Coors. Your beer is piss water. I can't believe I enjoyed
piss
this.
water. It's all
in high school, but I was telling the kid, it's better to have piss water than no piss water. Yeah. So it's fine, but it's not good. You know what I mean? It's not good. I used to walk around parties with these in high school and hold them on my shoulder and make train noises. Remember they used to
I could totally see you doing that.
Remember they used to be called the Silver Bullet?
Yeah.
Holding
it.
And I would
sunglasses, hat.
I'd be like, choo
choo.
The bullet tea.
And then his friends go, here comes trouble.
they would do what most of my friends do throughout my whole life and not pay attention or just be like, what the fuck is wrong? His other friend
goes like, oh, they let this guy in.
Yeah, that was more of what we heard.
They let anybody in this place.
Choo choo. The whitest, smooth thing you could have come up with right now.
Moving forward, I did say we'd bang this out, so let's get into it. In my opinion,
you want to kick it off?
I'll kick it off. Everybody knows I'm a big fan. Davey Daytrade, aka Stool Presidente, aka Mr. Dave Portnoy, put up a video talking about the most controversial topic of the universe right now. And grab the thing, hop on there. It shouldn't be hard to find. Go to Instagram, look up Stool Presidente, and I think the whole rant's right on his Instagram. So I'll give you a preempt to it. He made a rant. It's not really that we agree or we don't agree, but we'll play the rant, and it's going to open up into the biggest conversation, I guess, of the moment right now, which is, what the fuck are we doing? Are we inside? Are we outside? Are we never outside? Do we need a vaccine? Are we gonna all die? What the fuck's gonna happen? And so we'll play Dave's thing because it's funny, and then we'll get into talking about it ourselves. So,
I think it's obvious we need a vaccine.
No, I think that's 100% obvious, but I don't think it's obvious if we need a vaccine before people go to work. That's like the tough part.
Well,
it's
yeah.
signing to me. Hi, me. I have 2 notifications. Oh, 2 messages. That's because I don't check them anymore because I don't want to like watch them in vain. Stool.
Barstool?
That's the guy.
There
he is. Wait, I was an asshole last time, so if you see at the top of the screen, DAVEWEASEL, Dave Weasel. That's the accredited guy, whatever, blue check guy that follows me. I think that was him on the news, but the actual rant, go down a little bit. Now he does pizza reviews daily. I think it's that one right there, 2.8 million.
The one I'm on?
So here, this is him just talking about whatever the fuck, emergency press conference. When did flat occur?
Corona rant time.
Finding the cure.
Whenever I do a Corona rant, half the people fucking hate me, half love me. We'll see where this one lands. What the fuck's going on? When did this become flatten the curve, flatten the curve, flatten the curve to we have to find a cure or everyone's gonna die? Like Fauci. Seems like a nice enough dude. I've always been the guy, no agenda. Looks like he could be making a grandfather in Wedding Crashers. Gets in front of the Senate. He's like, we're reopening the country too quick, everyone's dead. Where'd that come from? And the LA mayor. We're not opening the city till we find a cure? What? Find a cure? Who says we're going to find a cure? We haven't found a cure to cancer. It took AIDS 20 years or whatever. Do we even have a cure? So the economy just shut down? All we've heard forever. Flatten the curve, flatten the curve. Make sure there's hospital beds. We're there. Now all of a sudden it's like a 180. This is like taking a cross-country flight, 6 hours. They tell you flight 6 hours. 5 hours and a half go by. They get on the intercom and like, oh, just kidding, we have another 10 hours. You can't do that. People have been mentally preparing. We're doing what you asked. We've done exactly what you said. Now you're changing the rules.
That's
some states are open, some closed. LA shutting down, New York shutting down, Arizona's opening.
It's a pretty long rant. I mean, I think we can end it there, but I think that was his best point right there. It's not like he's disagreeing or agreeing or he thinks he's the guy who should say when we get out of our houses. I mean, he should be there. Where is she? And that he's saying he should be the guy. He's just saying, like, you guys told us it was a 6-hour flight, and then you called us up halfway, like, most of the way through it, and we're like, nah, it's 10 more hours. Like, and I agree with that point. So, go ahead, Mina, you were going to say something.
No, I was just going to say, actually, when you talked about this earlier, I'm not going to lie, I didn't understand what your point was, because maybe I wasn't listening properly, but that makes sense, you know, and I don't think that we need to have a cure per se, and there's 7 points that we're waiting for to figure out if our counties can open up, and we're on our way there. And I think New Yorkers are a lot smarter than like Floridians, for example. We're not gonna just run into each other at the beach and cause 13,000 pounds of pollution or whatever it was that happened. Like, we're not gonna do that.
And for real, unfortunately or fortunately, which I feel like I use that word very interchangeably, because who knows? But New Yorkers have money. That's the real thing about it. Is like as a state, the inhabitants of it have a little bit more wealth, and so they're not as freaked as a Michigan or as a Florida or as a Oklahoma and these places that, listen, like if the cattle don't run, we don't eat, you know? A lot of people do make money off of rent and things that are kind of working for right now, so I think there's a lot less people bitching. We're way more liberal state here, so people are more happy to take care of human lives, which I'm not a liberal person, but I always will agree with that point of the way the liberal stand is that human lives mean more than money and other silly stuff. But he makes a good point, I think, because this sounds super echoey and shitty, but he makes a good point because I think that if it comes to a point where this is America and you do have to ask people themselves, what do you want? You want to take your chances of dying? Because there are people right now that would take their chances of walking out in the Black Plague rather than losing their business, and it ain't the Black Plague. It ain't even close. Yeah. It barely kills anybody, you know? And it's hard to say, like you said, we know somebody close to us who it did kill, but we know about pre-existing conditions and age and all these things. But a 35-year-old man who's trying to launch his business, and that's the part that we did cut off him, and then I'll stop talking. He says, 10 years ago, so 2010, he turned the corner with Barstool and got successful. But up until that point, had Corona hit, he was working 24/7. He was telling stories like, I would wake up, no, I'm not lying to you, like 7 a.m. and fingers to the bone, work on it until 1 a.m. and then wake back up and do it again and again. He goes, we're good now. You know, which is what I mean by like New Yorkers that live in Manhattan. I mean, these people, they can last a little bit. They have what's called a saving, like they understand what's going on.
Yeah.
But that's what he says. He says, what about the guy who's not there yet? And leave it up to him. Do you want your family to starve or go get Corona? He'll be like, get Corona, you idiot. Like, what do you think I would rather? So that's where I think that the point makes a good go ahead.
You know, my opinion might be like a cop-out, but I am so fucking glad I'm not making these decisions. Holy fuck.
Fuck being the president, dude.
Fuck being the
They should
president.
pay that guy $10
fuck
million
being
a
the
year.
governor. Fuck being the person that has to make any type of decisions like this because you lose no matter what you do. You're gonna lose.
Yeah.
You're not gonna win the next election. It's just a bad fucking move. Like, you have to be a celebrity type of status, like someone like Trump, in order to have a chance to win your next election, because it's a lose-lose situation no matter what you do. Half of the people in your state are gonna be like, I have to fucking feed my family, or my business is losing thousands of dollars a day, and then the other half of your state is gonna be like, but I don't wanna die.
Right.
You know,
I agree.
Like, it's the voting population, which is older, who doesn't want to die, and then
And they have the money to stay in, you know.
and then you have the
Like, what the
working
fuck?
class,
Yeah.
and you have the business owners, the small business owners who are just like, let's fucking go. So you can't.
I believe
Yeah,
someone
you can't
on our
win.
show said this controlled quarantine weeks ago, letting the young people out. One of us made that up. That sounded like a good idea, but
Yeah, we talked about that weeks
Yeah.
ago. Yeah.
no, I'm just kidding. That was like a joke. I made it up. But it would have worked.
I said we.
It's too far. It's too far gone now. But I 100% agree with that. It's like, how do you make that decision? And Trump will get revoted in. What Alexio was trying to say, and the reason I'm going to redo it is because I was a little confused at first. He's saying for these state officials,
lost.
next election you probably blew it.
lost.
He's not saying Trump. Trump probably won it. And Trump took the easiest cop out, but the one I would take and any other president would take, and it is America, so it is a state issue. You don't want to put too much federal control. But he said, listen, it's open. If you say so, you know.
Yeah. You know what has him okay is
Because
that
he said, I'm okay
tweet-
with whatever you guys want.
For sure, yeah. He'll tweet
Which is
to
the
those
American
Michigan
way.
fucking people, to those
stay
Ohio
on
people
whoever's
going
side.
like,
You
keep
should
on
stay in.
protesting. Fucking
But then
fight.
the other state
And
will
then
be
the
like,
other
you
side-
should stay in.
His official opinion, his official rules and regulations
Whatever the
are
state wants.
whatever the doctor said.
Yeah.
Stay in.
Right.
Yeah, and it also he left it up to the state to decide and do the phases, and
Yeah.
which is so American. It's how it should be, but it's such a cop out. It's like he's the luckiest guy there is. Now, as dumb as you are in this country, and as little as you care or know about politics, you are going to realize very quickly that state politics have a lot to do with what's going on here, and this is how
Have
presidents
more to
get
do.
more to do, and this
Yeah.
is how presidents get elected. Because any fucking right-wing person who's living in this country, in this state, I mean, is going to realize very quickly that this is a blue state. And any
Yeah.
lefty that's living down in Austin, Texas, with all those hippies, is going to realize this is a red state very quickly,
Yeah.
based on the way that it goes. Because states issues, state policy is going
There
to
might be like a county or
dictate
two
most of
that's
this.
red or blue.
Yep.
But
Don't matter, right? You
Don't
can
matter.
live there,
Yeah.
but you're going to learn very quickly at your state and how important that is. So, I thought it was a good rant by Mr. Portnoy. He got on a bunch of, somebody tried to punk him. They were like, the one lady on CNBC, which works at MSNBC, and they got him on as the trading.
Yeah.
But they bombarded him with politic questions first. And she said, let me give you some statistics. Oklahoma up 239% in new cases. Da, 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 da. And when he put the video up, he put on the bottom, he goes, just watch, she tries to test my big brain and loses.
Yeah.
Whenever he writes, like, no, she tried to come at my big brain. And she said that to him. She's like, what do you say to that, you know? He goes, I say that I can look up statistics right now that prove your point wrong. He's like, I can take any statistic I want and I can turn it any way that I want it to work. He goes, you giving me those statistics doesn't mean anything. I'm just asking a question. You know, When do we? How long? How long are we gonna stay in here?
Yeah.
And so he got her, but she tried to get him hard. She was like, "What about this? What about that?
You
What
can
about
find
this?"
any information to try.
He
to
was smart
justify
enough to say that and win that argument. But had he tried to rebut the stats she gave him, he would have lost bad.
Yeah.
But he's like, "Don't come in my big brain." So next topic, in my opinion.
Next topic. Okay, so what do we have? Oh, we wanted to give an update to the Ahmaud Arbery story. Ahmed.
This was crazy.
Arbery.
Whatever.
So the same night that we
story.
talked about that story, they arrested the two guys involved in that shooting.
Yep.
We were like, oh, they haven't arrested him. It's been since fucking February. And then I guess we weren't very clear as far as why they didn't arrest him. The prosecuting attorney knows them and has worked with them because the guy was a cop. So he didn't want to be involved in that. And the next one said that he also worked with him, so he didn't want to, he recused. He wanted to recuse himself from the case. That's the word.
Recuse?
Yeah, he wanted to recuse
I've never even
himself.
heard that word in my life, so you weren't going to get it from me. So what's that word? What's that word? It's a good thing you didn't rely on that because you would have never got it.
Yeah.
And then he said that it's also safe self-defense until that video came out.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because you got to think, without video, you can kind of spin that any way you want.
The guy tried to fight me,
Yeah.
and you know that I just happened to be there.
That kind of does answer my question. That makes sense why. And it's funny because Maheen put it an hour, Maheen? 2 hours at most? When you sent us the BuzzFeed video.
Oh, it was probably like 2 hours later.
2 hours at most. And I was like, wow, like, go fucking internet, you know? And it's like, it's crazy what the internet can do. Like, and the internet can make things happen. The internet makes me feel safer. Like, I watch a lot of these shows, like, you know, poor John B. and all that, getting framed. And every show is about this frame job that happens. But that story that you can bring up the next in my opinion while I'm ranting on this, but that story's got to go by the wayside. You can't write that story anymore. Don't try to convince me some rich guy is gonna have me framed for murder that I did not do and there's proof I didn't do it. Because I'll be all over the fucking internet, and by the time they catch up with me, the truth will be out. It's done. The truth's out. I don't care how much money you have. It's called the interweb, dog. Gets to everybody. You know what I mean? I'm a show. It'll get to the 60 people I know.
At least 60 people.
And if it's a good enough story and I am innocent, it's off to the races.
And hopefully it goes viral.
Well, I will. Well, what I'm saying is that I'm innocent of murder, right? And they're trying to accuse me. It's all in the news. Yeah. The second those 60 people see it, plus then whatever 200 or so odd that follow me on Instagram, it's off to the races from there. Yeah. So I just have to bunker down for a couple days. Well, this gets to about 3,000 people inside of my county, and I can just walk out. They're not going to arrest me. Like, it's all these stories like, oh, he did it. Like, what do you mean he did it? The fuck? And I'm supposed to run away now? Like, no way. I have an Instagram, dog. Here's my live story. I'm live right now, dog. What you mean? Look at him. He just smoked that dude. You see him? He's trying to talk. Look at him. Look at him. He says, I smoked him. He smoked him. Look at him. That's it. It's over. And even if he kills you on the spot, that's called Instagram Live, and it's very easy to do. Any idiot can do it. You know, so you can't even kill somebody. You can't even kidnap me or anyone. Somebody can't even break in and kidnap me. Because she's going to be like, you've been on live for like 35 minutes.
Yeah, no, she has a camera up there. She has cameras.
She's already on Skype. We got her here,
Yep.
recorded and done. She'll turn her phone on. She's like, you're on Instagram Live. Like, last 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So you just throw me out of the car. They're already here. Yeah. They're like, that's them. There they are. You didn't call anybody. It doesn't matter. I just turned it on.
You're caught.
You're caught. Like, it's too hard. Unless somebody doesn't think to do that. But everybody's phone records sound, audio, video, and you can go live from it in 30 seconds. Think about how crazy that is.
Crazy.
You're involved in an abduction. You can go live.
Yeah.
30 seconds, 250 people on
Nick
your...
is like a guy who just discovered the internet. That's how enthusiastic he is right now.
Yeah.
Like he was teleported from 1987 to
It's pretty crazy. All right. So moving forward, did you get the topic up?
Yeah, we have it up.
All right. House Democrats. Go ahead, read it.
So the House Democrats passed a $3 trillion coronavirus relief bill despite Trump's veto threat. Republicans...
How many zeros is that?
Oh, how many zeros is a trillion?
It's 10 now. 3,
No.
6 figure, 8 figure. 8? It's either 8 or 10.
It's a lot of fucking zeros. More than I've ever
It's
had.
definitely more.
100 billion would be this 100, comma 000, comma 000, comma 000.
Too many zeros, man.
Yeah, it's like
A
12.
billion is
12
nine
zeros.
zeros, yeah?
12 zeros.
Because a billion's
12
10, right? You said billions.
Billion.
11.
So $3 trillion. This is supposed to help governments, state governments, local governments. It's supposed to help schools, some debt relief there. It's supposed to help small businesses and be another injection into checks for everyday people like me.
There's got to be some New Deal shit though. Otherwise,
so the House passed it. The Senate says they're gonna. It's dead on arrival.
Yeah, which is what everything happens in this country. But what is in it that they're trying to kill? Is it just because they hate Democrats, or is there something that Green Deal?
What they're saying is that it's a socialist bill. They don't even know how effective the last stimulus checks were, so they want to wait a little bit longer. Democrats' point is that people can't afford to wait. Businesses can't afford to wait. So
I think it comes down to the same conversation. It's like, do we put the country in more debt? Or do we just open it up and see what the fuck happens? Like,
Yeah.
I actually,
when I had read about this.
Go ahead.
Oh no, when I had read about this, another point was just that so many states are like rallying to open up that they don't feel that this is something that is equal, because there's some states that are open and are kind of trying to get things back to normal and people are working, and the people that aren't, like, it's not going to hit people the same way, so that they don't want to do it.
Yeah, so...
No, it's exactly what we were saying. It's like, you're going to learn very quickly which way your state swings. Based on which way you want this decision.
Yeah, but this is a federal thing, right? So it's going to be a blanket, fix-all for the state, for the country, versus each state has different things.
I agree.
People are working.
I just said, that's why I say Trump copped out by saying this is a state issue. It's an American thing to do, leave it up to the state, small government, but it's a cop out nonetheless. If you want to be president of the century, you fix it yourself, and you fix it without being a communist fuck. You fix it in a way. That's how people become known as FDR. That's how people become known as people like a guy like FDR who gets a huge socialist bill pushed through that at the end of the day everyone can agree helped. That's what it takes. If you don't want to be that guy, you can cop out like Trump, or you can make a bad decision like a lot of other presidents that they've done. They've made bad decisions and it's fucked us. Hoover or whatever put us in the depression. A ton of them. So this is a chance where you could be known as the greatest guy ever. Is Trump going to make that move? I mean, God, come on. When we voted him in, did we think that was going to happen? Give me a break. You didn't vote in the fucking charity of the year, but you voted in a guy who's pretty competent and he won't fuck it up. He did what anyone would do. Like you said, I don't want the job.
Fuck that.
Nobody does. So it's very American to just leave it up to the states. But I get what Maheen's saying too, is this has to be a federal thing, or otherwise people are going to be like, this sucks.
Right.
Why don't I just go to Florida? Which people will very soon. Very quickly they'll be going to Florida.
Yeah. Fuck all that.
So we shall see. I don't think that money's not coming to you folks though. We just want to run the story just to tell you.
Not anytime soon.
It's getting shot down.
Yeah.
What do we got next?
What do we got next? So we have blow up dolls in restaurants. Have you guys seen this?
Is this too far?
No.
It's
not
actually.
You want our opinion on this?
Yes, I want your opinion.
My opinion is it's too far, not far enough. It's in the wrong topic.
So this restaurant in North Carolina. Instead of putting yellow tape around the tables to create distance, they put blow up dolls there, dress them up, put makeup on them to be placeholders so people know that they're not allowed to sit there, and it looks more full to make people more comfortable, I guess, because it's supposed to be a table that's useful and a table that's blank. A table is because it's 50% occupancy. So they're trying to create distance, but it makes it hilarious, and people that are going actually like it.
They like it?
Yeah, listen to the video.
I'm trying.
Bon Appetit is Tampa Bay's premier
is it
watermelon
Frozen commercial?
Oh, it's frozen up here.
Is it really?
What the fuck is it doing?
Bon Appetit. Bon Apple Tea.
Hold on.
Ew.
Yeah, there we go. We got it.
There you go.
I thought we had new friends.
friends. They tried to keep me out from kissing 3 of them.
Actually, I'm kind of falling in love with the one over there. My wife don't get too jealous, but the one over there with the long hair, I walk down the hall, she looks at me, no matter what angle I'm at, it's like she's looking at me.
I dread putting that yellow tape across the booths and making everybody think that this is a condemned restaurant or that things are in bad shape.
Paula was very creative in spacing out those booths instead of just putting tape over them.
We got on our iPad trying to figure out what might work. They had no obscene body parts or anything like that, and we found 5 men and 5 women that we decided to dress up with our own clothes and blow them up.
Golly, this happens to customers that don't talk too much. We love that idea.
They were sitting at my dining room table for a while. It scared us.
Right.
Yeah, we get the point, right?
I would without a doubt go to a restaurant tonight that had blow up dolls in it or whatever.
Right now,
do.
right? Yeah.
I can't wait till somebody cooks me food. I'll pay whatever. You want $8 a beer? I'll give you $8. To open it? Fair enough. As long as I don't have to open it myself.
For sure. I can't wait to go to a fucking restaurant, honestly.
Bar, restaurant.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny. I think it's a good idea. What do you think, Bea?
I love it. I think it's hilarious.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea because it doesn't make people feel weird. Otherwise, I would just lift the fucking tables out. The way it was described, like the way they wrote the headline, it seems ridiculous. But I get what they're doing. They're just dressing them up. But I would probably pull it. But if it's a booth, you can't pull it. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Immunity passport. What does that mean?
So in China, you know they're doing the QR code in order to get around, right?
Uh-huh.
Have you heard about that, Mahin?
No.
So you have to get this app on your phone, and it tracks where you are, who you've been in contact with, and if the QR code is, you say you want to get on the train or you want to go to wherever, if a police stops you, you have this QR code that says you've been tested, you're cleared, you're good to travel. If it's yellow, it means you've been in contact with people who have COVID-19 or may have COVID-19. And if it's red, it means you're supposed to be home. And the police could escort you home or they can fucking take you away. Obviously very restrictive and pretty dangerous in our country. I don't suggest it. But people, instead of doing that, are trying to push for immunity passports, which is basically like a piece of paper, I guess, or an identification that says that you're good to travel, which
these days
I think is basically the same.
That's why we're working together.
What does it mean to be good to travel? And if you know what that means, why can't we just test everyone that way so they can be good to come out of their house and eat at the restaurant?
I mean, I feel like health and our like bodies could change so quickly that a piece of paper might not be able to stay as updated. I don't love it. I don't love it
at all, right?
It just doesn't even make any sense. We don't know enough about this shit to be able to decide who gets red, yellow, or not.
Yeah.
They don't know shit. Fauci don't know shit. None of these doctors know shit. Nobody knows shit. Scientists don't know shit, and you're gonna try and make a passport that some random fucking idiot who thinks he knows something is gonna stamp me yellow, red, or white? Fuck you.
Yeah.
What do you know? Fuck you.
Some fucking lawyer somewhere telling you where you could go and what you could do. Have you guys seen, Rogan talks a lot about this on this podcast. He's been talking about the list that they came up with in California of what's allowed on the second phase. They're opening the state up in phases, right? So they're about to get into the second phase.
What's on the second phase?
And they have a list of approved activities.
Uh-huh.
Holy fuck, bro. They're saying you can go outside and play badminton, only singles. So like one person and one person. You're allowed to walk on trails. As long as it's big enough for social distancing. You're allowed to do like very fucking specific things. So like soft martial arts or yoga by yourself. It's like this very detailed list of what's allowed and what's not allowed. And it's just like who the fuck wants to live in a state that's telling you what you're allowed to do and what you're not allowed to do?
Nobody.
Like, that fucking pisses me off so much.
It's a liberal ass state. What do you think they're gonna do, you know?
Fuck, man.
That's what a liberal state's gonna do. They're gonna do it in New York, too. That's fucking nuts, though. They're stupid. Singles only badminton, bro.
Singles only badminton. I think it was like, you could go cycling with a mask on. You can go, it's like all of these things that's telling people exactly what they can do.
Right.
Like they get a list of what they call soft martial arts, which is like Tai Chi or a shit like that.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
No, non-contact.
Yeah, just stay the fuck away from me.
Speaking of martial arts, the MMA fight they had, the UFC was off the chain.
Damn.
Off the chain, dude. We're not a sports podcast, but if we were, boy, those fights were insane.
Insane.
Speaking of, tomorrow there's live golf on television, dude. It's fucking, they're trying as hard as they can, yeah, and it's going down.
Okay, so let's move on to the next.
Alright, what do we got? This thing is way behind Apple TV. Come on, Apple.
Come on,
Chop
Apple,
suey.
you got it.
Everybody at home, you're watching.
One of our last, in my opinion, here is
Twitter staying home.
well, I don't really want your opinion on Twitter staying home, but just in general. So, Twitter is gonna give the staff that's been staying home a say-so as to whether or not they want to continue working from home. Which forever. Just because they're getting the same amount of work done, right? And they're also able to be with their family, and so it's probably making them more productive. And I think for a lot of these companies that operate in that fashion, where they have some fucking person in a cubicle all day working on their computer, they're gonna be like, why the fuck are we paying $30,000 a month for this office space when we can just have everybody working from home, or most people working from home? And I think that's gonna be a trend moving forward. A trend of companies going like, this pandemic, you know, made us lose all this money, but I think we're gonna save all this money moving forward by getting rid of 75% of our office space.
Yeah, my cousin's office actually, he works for some sort of financial department of North Shore Hospitals, and they've already told him to work from home until August 31st, just because of the same thing.
Wow.
Because they're getting their amount of work done, and it's working for them.
Yeah, especially when you think about these businesses in the city, how much they pay fucking rent in these gigantic buildings.
Right.
But now that all those buildings are empty, they're like, why the fuck are we spending so much money when these guys are doing the same work at home?
I think there's just a thing to be said about, Twitter can do it because those people are about Twitter.
Yeah, it depends on your business.
And when they go home, they're about Twitter, and it's this big company and they take care of them. But all the taking care of you starts at the office. And so I would like to see how companies do hiring work from home employees. I understand how companies allow people to work from home, but it usually becomes based out of a trust factor. I want to see what happens when you close your office. You keep only accounting open in there. I don't know. What else did you keep open in there? Content creation. You need a studio. Shit that you just need, expensive shit that people don't have in their house. So content creation and that's it. Any blogging or any Twittering or any programming or anything that's done on a flat computer, you don't need them there. I want to see you hire a new programmer and send them home day one. See how much work he gets done. See if he even understands what the threshold of work done versus work not done is.
Yeah.
See if he understands the culture of your company and see if your company gets any bigger.
Yeah, I think that's important for sure.
That's the only thing I have a problem with it. But I think there's no reason that you can't send people home eventually when they know what they're doing and they're not useful. They're not useful in the office.
Yeah, so I don't think it would be 100% of your business of someone's business that's gonna just get rid of their office space. But I think I can see most businesses getting rid of like 50% or 75% of their
We're
office
doing
space.
what a lot of companies have been doing for a while is giving everybody 50% work from home time, which is the same thing. It's 50-50. Which a lot of companies do anyways, you know. But I think that's what they'll learn is
there's still a group of people who really enjoy like social interactions and come in for interviews with us that say they don't want to work from home. They want a company culture. So hopefully this will just kind of give people more of an option. It'll be maybe more of a clear distinction between roles and stuff. But
I think it'll forever be an option. I don't think it'll ever turn into something where you could actually do it.
Yesterday I practiced my interview. It was horrible. I practiced interviewing Bud because I was just like,
in person.
I haven't, in person. I haven't done an interview. I haven't conducted an interview in a while, so I'm just like, let's see how we do. I couldn't get the fucking words out of my mouth. I was just I don't even remember what I was supposed to say. How do you interview people?
That's crazy, dude.
And then, we're not going to be doing group interviews.
Right.
You can't do that.
Which I prefer.
Which it's fine. I got so used to it. This is a very specific topic to our
Yeah,
business,
this has just
so.
been something like whatever, yeah. But it's interviewing is going to be different going forward if you're going to try and get people working from home. That's the thing.
All right, so this next one is too far or not far enough. I already know where you're going to lean towards, but I'll let you get into that.
Uh-oh.
All right, let's see it.
So in Singapore, they
Let's take 1 second.
absolutely not do not want 1 second. Motherfucker, I always forget to log into my YouTube.
That's alright. Just hit skip it. It's already ready to skip. I just don't understand why this is so. Look how far behind this is.
So Singapore bought these robots to patrol parks and public areas. It reads your temperature, and it sees whether or not you're social distancing. If you're not social distancing, it calls the cops, and they show up.
What if you live together?
I know. I don't know.
It's fucking weird.
It's fucking weird. Isn't there a Black Mirror episode with these things?
Yeah, they walk just like that.
I haven't seen it, but I'll watch it.
That's fucking weird. I don't know. I don't want robots walking around.
I don't think we can
robots.
handle it. I feel like Americans are gonna fuck it up. Did you hear about that robot that went all across the country in Canada and like everyone took pictures with it, and the second it crossed the border into America, we fucked it up. We can't have robots.
No. What happened?
Yeah.
I love that story.
I'll find the article. I'll send it to
Fuck
you.
you,
But
robot.
yeah,
I just
basically,
rewatched
it's like
all
robot.
3 Matrix over
Did
the last
you
2 days.
really?
Yeah, and dude, that is what it is, dog. That's what's gonna happen to us if we have robot dogs running around, and that's why Americans know that shit don't equal freedom. Beat that fucking thing up. Let it know who the superior race is. We fucking made you, and if we stomp you to death, you die. Like everything else that dies. Shoot you.
God.
Once you start making Agent Smiths, though, that's when it's over.
That's when it's over.
That's when it's over. Hello, Mr. Anders.
Did you see Elon Musk on Rogan?
No, I didn't watch it.
He talked about Neuralink. Have you heard about Neuralink?
No, what's that?
No.
So Elon Musk has...
Oh, where he
a
thinks
few-
there'll be no more human bodies. Which is exactly what Matrix is.
Right? So he has Tesla company, he has SpaceX, and he has the Boring company. But he also has...
Solar City.
Solar City. He also has this company called Neuralink, where they're creating these little chips that go into your brain, and they're gonna screw it into your head.
No.
And at first, it's just gonna be a way to make someone who's has some disabilities or injuries and just help them work better, right? So it's gonna connect it's gonna connect whatever's disconnected, and someone who can't walk is gonna be able to walk. Someone who can't see is gonna be able to see. Like somehow it's gonna fix it, shit, right? But then people are gonna see how much better it is that this guy with his broken legs is now able to run faster than someone without this chip in their head.
Oh, he's gonna.
And then it's just gonna get someone who doesn't have a problem with their legs or
Will just
brain
get
or
the
eyes
chip.
are gonna be like, I want that fucking chip. And then they're just gonna get smarter. And he said, eventually, within 10 years, which, definitely not.
He's
But
always talking shit, though.
but he said within 10 years, you're gonna be able to you're not gonna have to talk anymore, because people are gonna be able to communicate
Through thought.
just through thought.
Yeah, not true. I'll put every dollar on it.
You're not getting that chip?
No, I don't want that fucking chip. I'm not gonna be around that long. I don't need a fucking chip. Fuck do I need a chip for?
You're not
If you
getting that
have
chip?
a chip, you can come to me
When
when you need to
I
learn how to
wouldn't want
talk.
that.
When all these fucking idiots don't know how to talk, I will be the special linguistics teacher who has no fucking chip.
Nick Pierre is gonna be the linguistic teacher.
Yeah, to
of
all the
world.
fucking talkless
Jesus
idiots
Christ.
in the Matrix when they're like, how do we talk to the machines in English? You gotta go find this one guy. You never got that chip.
You never got that chip.
my
Dig him out of the fucking ground.
Oh my
He shoots
God.
at everything that walks in the door.
I
so
feel like
just-
once I'm as old as I'm gonna get, whatever, and I'm tired or whatever, I don't have the same energy, or I don't wanna, my back hurts too much, I'm like, pop that fucking chip and I'm ready to go.
Yeah,
But
I
I'm
guess you
definitely
just-
not gonna be the first adopter.
No.
I don't know. I feel like if someone can pop a chip in, they also have access to stuff in there. Maybe they can control you. Maybe they can make you do shit.
Take it.
I don't
Fuck
want anything like that. My brain is all I have. That's all I want.
You can just see it now.
I don't need anyone touching it. If my legs don't work anymore, I'll push a fucking wheelchair. People have been doing it for years. I'll be fine. I don't want that.
No, you either won't.
I don't want to hear that.
I would never.
All right. Well,
So too far, I guess.
Way too far. Oh, the dogs are not far. They're too far for me, but they're not. They're gonna go further than that, for sure.
Too
but
far
I
for
don't
you,
want.
man?
But the Elon thing is
Yeah, I
way
don't
too
like
far.
dogs.
Fuck that. I don't want.
I'm gonna
Shit.
find that robot for you guys though.
Dude, they used to they put shit in people's brains back in the day, and it doesn't work.
It doesn't back in the day.
Plugs.
Okay, so we got some good news. I know you guys are fans of The Office. That guy who plays Jim, what's his name?
John
Oh my
Krasinski
God,
or
I
whatever
love
his name
He
is.
has a YouTube channel. It's called Some Good News, where he just does good news. He started during the quarantine. He's been home, and so he just covers good news and good shit that's been happening.
Okay.
And this past episode he did like an office reunion for this couple that was getting married on his show.
I saw it, yeah.
Yeah, so hold on one.
This freaking screen is pissing me off.
Yeah.
So far behind.
So we're gonna jump ahead to where he calls up.
Guys, alright, I haven't done it but once in my life. This is coming to you to put on the wall, if you even want that.
He cut the tie.
We do. I don't even know where to go from here. That's a lie. I do. And guys, there's only one way out of this wedding.
Yeah.
And Susan and John, because you so elegantly ripped off our show for your proposal, I feel like it's only fitting that you rip off the wedding too. So, let's rock.
So he got the whole show to do
We
this
can't play
dance.
this song unless
If
you
you
let
watch
me
the show,
invite
they
some of
already
my
did.
family to the party.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, the cast of The Office.
Have you seen this man?
Yeah, I love this.
Look at this. Who got married? What characters are that?
No, not the character, just these two fans that they had.
Ah.
And he proposed to her at a
On
gas
the
station. Like,
at a gas station, yep. So it goes on and on. I thought you guys would have liked that. Just
No,
some
that was,
good news for
and
you.
that was a great episode, the marriage episode, and they do it on the boat, and that's why he cuts the tie, the whole thing. So that was good.
And then we had some other good news out of Portland. I thought it was just like a good entrepreneurial spirit. This guy who owns a strip club couldn't employ his employees because everything was shut down, especially strip clubs, you know.
This is weeks ago. Yeah. Go ahead.
A few weeks ago. So.
No. I saw a guy who did a drive-through.
He created
Titty bar, but this looks even better.
He created instead of Uber Eats, he created Boober Eats.
So you call these girls up and you get some titties.
And now beers, and you want two gorgeous women to come deliver it for you wearing booty shorts and pasties. We're bringing the party to you because you can't bring the party to us. My name is Sean Bolden. I'm the owner of Lucky Devil Lounge, and now I'm the new owner of Uber Eats PDX. We are now a food delivery service that provides customers with food with a side of booze. Try not to laugh, I know. So this originally started as...
it just started off as a joke. He was going to get into it, but I could explain it faster.
Family show.
Yeah. They don't show anything really, but he wanted to keep everybody employed. So now his security guys do the driving. His strippers deliver the food.
Right. That makes sense.
His bartenders are doing a lot of social media work and working the phones. And then his cooks are still cooking food. So he's still rocking and rolling. He said he's like breaking even. So,
But he's able to pay everybody.
He's able to pay everybody.
Pay
and
the bills. And
especially all these people in his company, except for maybe the cooks, are all independent. You know, everybody working off of tips. You know, all the dancers, the bartenders, maybe not the security guards, but he's able to keep them employed. Everybody's in 1099 independent contractors, so
it's a really good idea. Good for him. Keep the strippers working.
Keep it up.
Keep everybody going.
So
Some
funny.
good news for you. So if you're in wherever the hell he is,
Portland, Oregon,
give him a ring and he'll send some pasties and some
you guys,
booty
I
shorts
told you
and some
guys,
food.
right? My high school classmate, who's a stripper down in Vegas.
Yeah, you told me about her.
So she's been out of work, obviously, and so she's been posting a lot of like, hey, if you are into feet, you know.
Oh my God.
There's a lot of money in that.
She's like, if you're into shoes, I'll send you my stripper shoes. DM me for price.
Oh my God.
I was like making money right now.
Dude, that's how everybody's making money right now.
I used to have this girl in my office in Wisconsin who used to sell her underwear and on Craigslist and Facebook and shit.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, people do it, dude. People do it all the time. People make a ton of money doing it.
Yeah.
So now we have memes. Today in memes.
Alright, what we got for memes?
Oh.
This bigger. So it says essential worker on his way to clock in August 2020, and it's a dude with a shotgun, a mask, and he's shooting like a giant bug.
Killer Hornet.
Killer
Killer
Hornet.
Wasp?
Murder Hornet.
Murder Hornet.
It sounds so much worse. Look at this. So
I kind of like this.
This is so weird. You know what I like about it is nobody can see my fat ass face gasping for air on a treadmill. But it's basically every treadmill, every elliptical has like this like a frosted glass in between each one. So you're not like sweating and breathing heavy on top of each other at the gym. The only thing I like about it is that no one can see my fat ass and how slow I'm running on a treadmill or how much I'm struggling just to run a mile.
I love this. I think it's a great idea. I feel like it would make people like me more comfortable to go to the gym.
Really?
Yeah. I hate the idea of going to the gym. But this will make me happy.
Interesting, okay. This is why Trump can't wear a mask. So it has Trump and his makeup coming off. Like if he took off his mask, his makeup would rub off onto the mask, which is definitely true, right?
Right. I've seen heavily makeup people at the grocery store when they like leave the store and they rip off their mask and it's just like, ugh.
Yeah, I mean you could see it on Trump's face. Like around his eyes is absolutely whiter than the rest of his face. Even on live TV.
Mission accomplished.
But also, my mom pointed this out because she had gotten like a meme or something through WhatsApp, and she's like, "I've never seen Trump wear a mask." I'm like, "You're right, I haven't either."
Oh my God, that's really funny.
So I just broke it down. I said that that's definitely what would happen.
Oh, fucking tan would come off without a doubt.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't understand why it doesn't go white.
I'm gonna go backward one just to show. I wanted to see Nick's reaction to this.
Oh my God, that would be pathetic.
I love it.
I mean, it is amazing what people can do on Photoshop, and that does look really cool. But you would love it, Maheen?
I would love it.
Yeah. I don't hate it, but I'm trying to like picture it working with the free weights and shit, and it just seems silly. I don't hate it for the treadmill.
Okay.
They want to pay all that money to put a piece of glass in between me and the next guy on the treadmill. That's fine with me. I see this one. So this is a lady wearing a face mask. Says these face masks come with a straw hole for sipping cocktails, and then this guy writes underneath because these condoms come with a hole to pee through. Which is like, I get it. It's kind of defeating the purpose if it's got a hole in the middle of it. So
yeah,
funny
maybe
stuff.
they'll give these out at bars moving forward.
That's just pretty funny. Yeah, just as like a joke.
Yeah.
Even after like people don't care anymore.
Yeah. How are we supposed to talk to people at bars now? This meme reminded me of you, man.
Okay.
Just be like,
okay.
Oopsies.
I wouldn't do that.
That's mean. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, you're not that bad.
You're not that bad.
I'm not that bad. The worst thing I did was when I drove up on the curb and my car got stuck there, but that's it.
You literally crashed on the Southern State Parkway.
Oh yeah, I did that too.
She almost flipped her car over.
Dude, there's a thing, like when you drive a car on a street, it's got a normal feel. When I used to back up cars when I sold cars in the dealership, it's got a whole different feel. It's terrifying. Like I'm just waiting to hit something, which is probably why I never did, because I'm like always looking, like something's gonna catch something. So I can only imagine, like you're trying to pull this down this sidewalk. You can see, look where she came to the fence.
Fuck.
Yeah, no shit, you fucked that up. You freaked out. Animorphs. Oh my god, what's this? A mistake has been made. His name is David.
Have you seen
Oh,
that?
it's 6ix9ine. Yeah,
it's Tekashi 6ix9ine turns into a rat.
That's
so
funny. 6ix9ine's
Bro,
out, right?
Did you see how many fucking views he got
on that video when he got out?
He broke the fucking internet.
Really?
He already broke. He went on Instagram Live, broke the record of how many views you got. 2 million fucking views.
Jesus.
He crashed the record.
2 million people watching live.
Instagram, fuck.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Dude, that's crazy. Yeah, this dude's wearing face masks when they drive in, the girl's gonna fuck them. It's the same thing with dudes that let their girl pump the gas at night. Or dudes that let their fucking girl fucking take the garbage out.
So there's a picture of a dude with his legs around his girl, and the girl's kissing him, kind of holding him up by both legs.
You've seen it. It's anytime they're trying to demasculate a dude meme, it's the one they use. The girl's holding the guy up and they're making out against the fence. I wonder if they took that picture to make a meme at first and it just was so good. Maybe.
I don't know.
Because he's like holding on.
Yeah.
And all that. Like, what the fuck is that?
There's no way she's holding him up.
Nah. When someone is crying and you don't know what to
I don't know why this made me laugh so much. I'm sorry.
It's kind of funny. It's just a freaky little chihuahua looking thing with his teeth out.
When someone's crying and you don't know what to do, you want water?
Hilarious.
I don't know. You want water sounds like a good idea.
Oh,
that's
it. That ends right there.
So there we go for memes.
And then we have Beanie's Corner.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So you talking about The Office last week, one inspired me to order this for myself. Do you see it? Oh, you can't see it.
Hold on. I'm about to bring you up.
I bought this for Steph when she moved to Philly, and I got one for myself.
Oh my god, I seen the t-shirt. I was gonna I have to go back. Target has a bunch of them, but I was gonna get it. It's just from Beet Farm. It's so good.
But because of that, I started looking into
you want to share
The
your
Office.
Screen?
Go ahead.
You want to share your screen?
No, she's.
Oh yeah, I can do it.
Or does this matter?
Switch screen
Whatever you want.
or window. Is that it? Stop sharing.
Stop sharing.
Stop sharing. Okay, so anyway, it made me want to like look into bloopers and stuff. So I found a bunch of bloopers from The Office, from Parks and Rec, and from Friends, which are literally my 3 favorite shows. Like ever, I could watch any one of them over and over, forever and always. So I'm not gonna we're not gonna watch all of it, just because some of them are a little bit long. But I need to start with this one from Parks and Rec, actually.
That's so funny. That one is so funny.
Andy, is that Office?
So funny. No, this is from Parks and Recreation. So Andy Dwyer is Christopher Pratt's
that
character.
Andy. Okay, not the other Andy. Yeah, this dude's funny.
This show seems funny, yeah.
Fucking Hulu ads.
You guys need to log into my YouTube. Where's the volume?
Why can't we hear it?
Oh no, really? You got to play it then.
Alright, so we'll have to play it. Alright.
Oh, you have to play it because it's so good.
She'll switch sharing off, you turn it back on. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Too many beers.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Everyone loves a good comeback story, right? Seabiscuit, the Mighty Ducks, Robert Downey Jr.
She's in both?
Rocky, yes.
Kim Kardashian.
Kim, well,
In the video, she gets cum on her back, I think.
hot sauce mix, whatever. He's dying, dude. Fucking, they can't even deal. That's so funny when.
I have hot snakes,
Oh
you
my.
guys. It's when the diarrhea comes out like a hot snake.
Andy.
I get hot snakes and bubble gut.
I love when Ron Swanson loses it because he's like so serious.
Shit my pants on camera. Definitely like a poop. I just poop pants. Not full of, not a full turd, but enough. Sometimes I'll wipe and I'll wipe 100 times. Still poop. It's like I'm wiping a marker or something. My head weighs upwards of 85 pounds. It's a 16-pound baby. My mom carried me to full term plus 8 months. I was born at 17 months with a full head of hair, a full head of teeth.
I got it.
Oh my god.
And also, guys,
you can pause it. We won't even. It's almost over. We won't even root for people, but you can go. I'm gonna put all the links so you can rewatch these videos because I want to see who do you have from The Office.
Go to the email. I honestly can't remember. Oh, the dinner party episode is my favorite episode of The Office. I watch it over and
then
over.
Jim. All right, we'll do the dinner party and we'll do Jim, and then we'll put we do one more and we'll put them all in the thing. So
I love bloopers.
Oh, it's so funny.
I love bloopers. Yeah.
So this is the.
What is this shit, Alexia? You're not supposed to.
No, that's part of the video.
What's the dinner party episode? Who's dinner party? That's with him and Jan, right? And then Jim and Pam.
When Jim and Jan host the dinner party, yeah.
Yeah, that's the funniest one, dude.
Charlotte beef.
Just let it rock.
It's a little quiet, isn't it? You can turn the TV up.
Charlotte beef. Oh, I love that. What are you doing? Hi, how are you? Hi. I'm not in country yet. You? And one flower.
Alright, well, then I'm pacing myself.
This part of here is fucking fun.
When they get to the TV, yeah.
Check this out.
You know what the best thing about that one is? You can pause it and we'll play Jim Pants because I want to say the funniest thing about that one, Maheen, is Jim laughed at the joke. Like he didn't fuck that up. That was the joke that they put in the episode. He goes, check it out, it falls. That's the joke. Like I laughed at that joke. That was just the first time they tried it, and he couldn't even handle it. Whatever his name is.
They keep on
John Krasinski. Oh, they do it like
they
play it. It's the same joke. How do they deal? Like I always think that. Wait, play this then. This is so funny.
Oh, that was
Oh, go back.
Check this out. Folds.
How did you even film that? Dude, when I watch The Office, I think that all the time. Like, how do you even shoot that?
Are you eating?
And they have to do this 100 times too. And she goes like, I don't want to eat this anymore because she has to take a bite out of it every single time. Oh my gosh, it's so funny.
And then do Jim's.
Jim's.
Cause I've seen Friends, but I've never even looked at these. These are hilarious.
Some of these you could hear the
producers in
the producers going like, oh, come on.
Yeah.
No.
What's that?
You're not real. Huh?
The game is over. I'm really going to shoot you.
I just.
Oh, fuck. Nope. No.
Grand Strangler.
I don't know how they even shoot these, dude.
Yeah, man.
That was a good corner. That's a good idea for the corner beanie. Because I always am thinking, like, how do you even? You could click the first. We didn't let your friends win. Look.
Which
just,
one?
Yeah, do the first one.
The first one?
Yeah.
The Friends ones are funny, especially like the late season ones, because they're like such good, like actual friends.
What are you doing?
You're still a tiny bit on fire there.
Okay, I think you got it. Sorry, I must have.
I'll do it again and again if you want.
What are you doing?
You're still a tiny bit on fire there.
Oh, jeez. Okay, thanks. Okay.
This shit won't pass today.
That's funny. That was a good idea, Beanie. Some of the I've seen the Friends ones. That's what I was gonna say, because the Friends ones are good. By the late seasons, they're just so in the show that they make bloopers on purpose like that. I was just gonna say, like, they'll do things like where just to crack each other up, you know, just because it's so fucking funny. But those John Krasinski, whatever his name is, ones were hilarious because he's always so straight faced like the whole time, and I always think, I'm like, how do you shoot with Steve Carell? Like, how do you even take this guy serious? Like, how do you not laugh at everything he says? Like, everything he says is fucking funny for real. All right, that was a good one. We said we would try to bang it out. I don't know if we did or we didn't. I never know. I never know until after it's done. So everyone at home, hopefully you're not as stir crazy as everybody else seems. I need to play some golf. If you need to get out of your house, you should play some golf. I shot a 92 this week, Maheen. I know. Career high. 93, I'm sorry.
I don't know what that means.
Maheen, you should come with us. Because
I'm really good when I don't pay attention.
After the last episode, we went to hit off a few
I
balls.
saw.
Dude, it was so funny too. It was the most adorable thing you'll ever see me. So I leave. So I show Alexia. I'm like, just do that, and I go, I'm gonna smoke a cigarette. And I leave and I go smoke a cigarette, and he hits like 3 real good ones, like real good ones.
And he's not around.
I'm not around. He's looking around. He turns around and he sees me, and I'm like, I saw all 3 of them. He's like, you saw them?
Yes.
You saw them? I'm like, I saw them all. I saw them all. But I didn't want to say anything because A, other people are trying to swing, and B, then he'll fuck up if I tell him. But yeah, so I took Alexa to the driving range. She made 3 real good ones when I wasn't watching, and I saw all 3 of them. So so it was really easy, and I was saying we could all go out and just play scramble. My driver's not bad right now where I could just hit fairways. It'll take a couple seconds. I just hit up the tee. I don't need a million fucking shots. Yeah, I took no mulligan. I shot that 93. Oh, I'm sorry. I took one mulligan the whole round on a regular shot.
You know what a mulligan is?
A mulligan sounds like it could be a beer.
It doesn't. No, a mulligan is when you just redo the shot. So a lot of people will do it on their tee shots. Their first tee shot, they call it that. There's so many fake rules in golf that people will take a breakfast ball off the first tee. So you hit your first tee shot, it's probably going to be in no man's land. Especially if you go from the car to the tee, they call it. A pro doesn't even do that. The pros go to the driving range, they swing 300 fucking shots, and then they go to the tee. But if you're a normal guy like me, like you just get out of your car and you run right to the first tee. So you haven't swung a golf club all day, and you're going to try and hit it down the field. So if you fuck it up, instead of going to find that thing in the woods, just call it a breakfast ball, take another one. And then throughout the round, if you have one that you think you can hit a much better shot on, you really fucked it up, like you shanked it, like it only went 6 feet, you take like a mulligan. So I took one mulligan, I fucking hit a good shot, but it just took a bad bounce off the green and went in the water. And I took another one, stuck on the green. But other than that, shot a clean 93. I was hitting putts. The putter was going. The putter's everything. This guy changed my whole life. He goes, I see weekend golfers take 10 minutes to hit a 180-yard shot, which they cannot hit. and then take 30 seconds to miss a putt from 6 feet, which they probably could have hit. And I'm like, and he goes, and it's worth the same points. I'm like, he blew my mind. I'm like, you're right. You're fucking
That's
right.
crazy.
He's like, I can roll the ball, because I'll do it all the time. I'll just go up to it and just hit it, roll it. I missed by an inch. But if I just took all the same time I took for that 200-yard shot that I really thought was going to hit the green, like, come on, it's not going to hit the green. Just swing at the ball and hit it down the field, the course a little bit, and then play the next shot as good as you can. Yeah. But the putt, it's worth the same as everything else. So he blew my mind with that. I hit some putts, and I shot a pretty good score. So we're all going to go out golfing. Maybe we'll film it. We said we were going to film everything. We didn't not film the race. We just didn't do the race. So if that makes us any better,
it's coming soon. Coming soon.
It's coming soon.
Can
you
figure out how to get the camera to work on your drone, and then we'll go play golf? We'll just shoot balls.
Yeah, will you come out of your house if we play golf?
Maybe.
Alright, that's a deal. I'm down for that.
I like maybe.
You can bring Christopher standing Garcia, unless I don't know, who knows, I might just fuck the whole episode. Go ahead and we will we're gonna play golf soon.
You saw where a lot of our heads went before.
So okay, so she's still smiling, so yeah, so we'll all go play golf. That'll be fun. And we'll see you guys next week. Everyone who's listening.
Bye.
Peace. Alexio's super slow, so you're gonna have a second.
Right, stop,
Hit
right?
stop.
Yeah. There you go.
Good work. Good work. I would like that though if we went golfing. I think it would be a lot of fun. I'm pretty dialed in too, so I can play quickly.